All right, guys, let's start this update. I will just check the sound in a second and we'll go and look at the charts and also some advanced stuff. As I promised, I will try to do those updates more regularly. So last time it was day before yesterday. Okay, the sound goes fine. And today is the second one after the long break. So first of all, let's look at the price of Bitcoin. Nothing changed much, but I would like to point out that we have this triangular formation recently formed, and we did this test here, the support line, the resistance line. This is another test of the resistance line, and here was support line test, another support line test, another support line test, and they pretty much are leading to the end of this triangle. And where we will break out from this triangle, we don't know, but we'll see upon the breakout. I personally think that it's more likely that it will go upside than downside. And also, if you look at the Bollinger Bands, we are now at the higher part, the upper part of the band, at a 4 hours time frame. On the daily time frame, we're still around the middle line of the Bollinger Bands, which is 20 days at this point, moving average, and we're very, very close to the point from where the breakout is usually happening. So this width of the Bollinger Bands is going very, very narrow. So I would expect the breakout pretty soon, maybe within a couple of days, maybe even today. We'll see you to that. But again, I personally think that it will go up. However, as soon as we're within this range, within this sideways motion, probably will continue to do the same thing unless we'll have a massive breakout one way or another. So it's wise not to trade until we'll see this hint on the further motion and further price action. Okay, that is the local thing about the price and what's happening in the crypto market. In terms of the technical analysis, pretty much all the altcoins are following Bitcoin within this consolidation, so nothing special happening there. Where the Bitcoin goes, the same way altcoin go. And we also have to look at the stock market, because again, this is the driver for our crypto market. I think again that we have a higher low here, and this is another chance that will break this descending channel upside to the upside, and that would be a potential local change of the trend to the rising trend. And that would also mean that our cryptocurrencies will also be something like that. But remember that those kind of triangles are often degrade or evolve into the channels, sideways channels like this. So I wouldn't be surprised if I see something like this. So the triangle is broken, but the price still is within the channel still. And that is the local point. And I will try to continue to feel our kind of picture, macro picture about cryptocurrencies and what's the position of Bitcoin price in terms of the major cycles, where are the all-time highs, so all-time lows, bull markets, and so on. And one important thing, one interesting thing is this metric. It is called MVRV ratio. And basically what is how it is calculated is it divides the network value by the realized capitalization. Network value is basically the cap, and the realized capitalization is here. So you can go through a whole paper, the whole article, but basically what it does, it first it excludes the lost coins, and it also calculates the last movement price. So the idea is that at some point when we have the price of Bitcoin, let's say, being at $14,000, $12,000, and if this price was the price of the moving of the certain coin, basically the UTXO is over and we have a new UTXO for this amount, then this is the actual price for the previous coin, previously stored in the certain at the certain address. And if we calculated this capitalization for the whole amount of the coins within blockchain, that would be our realized capitalization, realized cap. And also, that is basically there are some other features, as I said, something like they try to remove the dead coins, the empty coin, the lost coins, and so on and so forth. So, and how it looks in the macro scope, you will see that basically we have spikes of that values of the value of these metrics when we have the all-time highs, right? And they actually go down in time. So every new cycle, we see lower and lower MVRV. And by the way, this $68,000 which we had in November 2021 wasn't actually the all-time high, as I also pointed out last year. So that is actually all-time high in April, May 2021, which is also shown by the golden ratio multiplier and many other indicators and metrics, which we also cover later. And that is one point. Another thing is the all-time lows or local lows within a certain multi-year trend. Like here, we have that all-time low here, well, not all-time low, but this local low in 2015, and we see exactly the same place when the MVRV is at its local low, quite small value, and quite here as well. You see that is 70, I think it was 70 something % drop, and here we have another ultimately low value for MVRV. And here again, $3,000 in 2018, MVRV is close to its kind of an area when we see those values corresponding to the local lows, major lows. Same with the Corona dump, but not that much. So that is again just the kind of a speculative and shaking weak hands point. And then what we have now is that we are pretty far from the area where such lows appear usually. Yes, they also go higher slightly, but this one is basically at the same point as the Corona dump. So it should be a little lower, at least a little lower, even if we consider that the same trend, the same macro cycles pattern will remain, will continue. So if we even do consider that, then still a little bit downside is required. That is also following our idea, or okay, my idea, that the conservative point for the all-time, well, for the next low, for the next ultimate low for the price of Bitcoin is around 10 to 15, in between this range, $10,000 to $15,000. So I hope that it is useful. Let me go to the chat. I don't see anything here. Well, just 2 viewers watching. That's fine. With time, we have more people, and we'll do some chatting. I also had a couple of comments to the previous video. Thank you very much. I see old followers, old subscribers doing that, so I really appreciate it. Okay, guys, we will do that regularly. And next video, I'll show another interesting metrics, another kind of an insight into what's happening and why. And hopefully we will be able to make some profits based on those conclusions and those ideas. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like, a comment, well, you know, all of that, in order to make this video so more people will see that, and YouTube algorithms, yada, 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 you know that. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, guys. See you in next video. Goodbye.